Hello, everyone. Today is Friday, April 7th, 2023 at 9:24 a.m. It was just 9:23 and then it turned 9:24. Well, I've been up for ever since 7 o'clock. I've been up. I've been up, I guess, almost 2.5 hours. Excuse me. So I really didn't get, I'm not going to say I got zero sleep, but out of a scale between 0 and 100%, I probably got only about 3% of sleep within the past few days, and especially on that trip traveling down here. So, excuse me. So it was, yeah, I've been suffering sleep deprivation for the past few days, even when I was, oh yeah, because of the roaches, was the roaches or whatever was the reason, one of the main reasons why I couldn't sleep at the extended stay over there in Cincinnati. Well, that room. Excuse me. So here's my situation. Like, excuse me. I got some hard mucus in the back of my throat. So that well, they had those two white people. One was LGBTQIA, and the man, it was a woman and a man, but the man, he was straight, hetero, but they were abusive, narcissistic perps that, made me feel unwelcome. And there was another female who made me feel unwelcome and always had an attitude and made me feel like every interaction or every encounter with her was almost like a borderline near argument or whatever. But yeah, I think they lied on me for an excuse to try to get rid of me at that extended stay place by scapegoating and blaming me for the and threatening to kick me out for the cause of the smoke alarm, and that was there before I got there, and I didn't even do that. So I think that was a gang stalking setup. And it's like, wow, they're making me feel unwelcome just for asking for toilet paper? Hold on, wait. Let me, they got these brown gnats keep on, so it's like, no way in hell I just got here and they got trillions of gnats already. So I need to find some like way to get rid of them. So so I mean, they had this black man. He was the only nice one there. Like, and also the big manager. I don't know if she was the big manager, but she was one of the main managers there. When I first got there at that extended stay place, she was extremely welcoming. She was extremely welcoming and acting like, she extra loved me. And that was the only time I saw her, sorry. And that was the only time I saw her. So, You know, I had some perp activity there and stuff. So, you know, I told y'all why I had to flee Pensacola. But then when I moved to Ohio, called myself trying to move to Ohio. Oh, Ohio is pretty bad. It's one of the worst places for gang stalking. Well, everywhere is. People say Florida, get out of Florida, stay out of Florida. It's one of the worst places for gang stalking. So, I don't have much knowledge and I'm not into politics. But it looks like any place that's Republican, any state that's Republican, it seems like people always say that, oh, get out of there. That's one of the worst places for gang stalking. So, but I used to live here in Texas before. Never thought I would come back. Said I would never come back. So, but anyway, yeah, so the black man, he was the nicest one there. But, you know, no matter how rude or how nice they were, they always gave me this, you know, discounted rate. So, I mean, if they said, well, it's supposed to cost like $60 a night, but then one night I saw, looked like they put $39 on there. Of course, I had to pay taxes and stuff. So I had like a discounted price or whatever. I guess the more you stay, that's why they call it the extended stay or whatever, because the longer you stay, the cheaper it gets or so. But it still won't be free. But they waited until like the morning that I checked out and after I checked out. And the white guy that didn't want me there, he was the one who told me that it was the black guy that charged me an extra $6.68. Like, they waited till after I checked out and charged me an extra $6.68. You know, and they said they were going to refund me or do something about it, but I know y'all might think, oh, you crying about some $7? But y'all would call me stupid if I didn't go and try to fight for it. And I'm hoping that they wouldn't try to yank out more. You know, if they think that they can just unauthorizedly and without your knowledge just take money out of your account whenever they feel like it, you know, without letting me know why or what is this charge for. So I don't want them trying to take any more money out of my account. You know, so I mean, I can tell my face looks fat. I look fat. I'm fat. And I'm probably appear to be fatter because of not having that much sleep. And my legs are not, this time my legs aren't as swollen as I thought they would have been. But they still feel kind of painful and the swelling. Well, me being here, the swelling is going to go down. And then I'll have skinny chicken legs. So I went, it was last week. I went to go swim somewhere and take a shower. And not this week, but last week. And I weighed myself, and but I was on the streets for several days, and my legs were so huge that they were about to pop from swelling from the sleep deprivation, fluid retention, and all that. So I weighed myself, and I probably would have weighed 20 or more pounds, been 20 or more pounds lighter, but due to all that fluid in my legs, I weighed 277 pounds. I was weighing 277 pounds. So, I mean, if all the fluid would go down, I probably would have weighed like 255 or something. But I guess me having this hoodie on is making my face look fatter, or make everything look more fat or round. But I'm cold in here. So, excuse me. So, I don't, it's like, where do I start? It's like so much happened on the trip. Riding down here. Excuse me. So, one good thing I'll say is that I had 4 different bus transfers, 4 different buses to ride. And I'm glad for the first time, all 4 of the bus drivers seemed like they were nice and they really didn't give me any problem. The bus drivers with the Greyhound bus. But when I was in Dallas, Texas, the Mexican lady, I'm pretty sure she looked like she was legal, or probably a Americanized Texas Mexican, but she still had an accent. But she was abusive, narcissistic, hard, and mean. And she was very rude and nasty when I tried to ask her, what gate should we go to? Whenever I asked the ticket agent at the counter, they would never give me an answer. Whenever I ask, what gate are we supposed to go to? So, ever since, so Greyhound bus, they just recently merged with Flixbus. And I hated that for years they falsely advertised their free Wi-Fi the free Wi-Fi that never works. And the buses are not spacious. And they do not have extra legroom like they falsely advertise. And Greyhound never attempts to improve their shitty service. Rude customer service, rude bus drivers, everybody just damn rude. The guys that get your luggage, they mishandle your stuff and send it to the wrong doggone city. I feel like when I was dealing with Lisa Ruby, before then I had never set foot in Florida. But when she sent for me to come to South Carolina, she said that she was born and raised, or more like a Jacksonville, Florida native. So when she sent for me to go by, and she probably perked me and made that arrangement and gaslit me and then blamed me and me and her got into a heated fucking argument that they sent my stuff from Los Angeles, California, and of course I went to Greenville, South Carolina. Well, she was living in Travelers Rest, but I wouldn't be surprised if she set that up. I felt like, what kind of coincidence is that of all places they send my stuff to her hometown, Jacksonville. And so, me and her got into it, and she became extra abusive towards me. If you're supposed to be a friend, But like, if you're too controlling to be a friend, you're a narc. You know, so you can pretend to hide behind Jesus all you want. So so yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if she set that up and made those arrangements. So like, so when I left, I still have that stuff in my storage unit in Pensacola. So when I left Pensacola, I just carried the my backpack and the clothes on my back, and it's been cold in winter, so I had like 3 layers of pants, 3 pairs of socks, this hoodie, a big coat, 2 t-shirts, 1 bra. That was it, and like 2 pairs of undies. So so that's all the clothes that I had with me, brought with me. But I still got clothes in my storage unit and clothes and some other, stuff in my storage unit in Pensacola. So, so I'm in this place and feeling like I can't believe it. So, of course, they gang stalked me and followed me the whole way. And it wasn't the same people following me, but but the tactics from different people followed me. Like ever since passing after Nashville and more like Memphis, and all the way through towards here, and especially after we left Dallas, Texas, we would be on the highway and they would have vehicles from the opposite side that kept on passing by with one headlight, or mainly the one headlight, but some of them strange headlights. But it wasn't until after we, with the gang stalkers with the arm hanging out the window, I got a little bit of it, but I didn't get a whole lot in Cincinnati. But in Pensacola, they did it very heavy with the arm hanging out the window, and they be specific and strategic. I got video footage of they wait till after they pass me, and then as they pass me, then they don't even look at me or give me eye contact. And I wonder, if you ain't looking at me, how you know I'm there? And so then they strategically place their arm, out of the window, or their elbow, or they have their arm raised up like this. Sometimes they even put their feet out of the window, put their leg out of the window. I mean, I've been seeing some strange stuff since being like more aware about the gang stalking. So they did it, but they didn't do it a whole lot in Cincinnati. But in Nashville, I saw a whole lot of it. Wait a minute, was that the Greyhound station? I guess we must have been in Tennessee all day long. We were in Kentucky for kind of a long time. But we were in Tennessee for quite a bit. But yeah, it had to have been Nashville. Yeah, Nashville was where I got that. It was that big 32 ounce for. They said it was $4 for 32 ounce the hand sanitizer that looked like liquor. $4 for 32 ounce it was a 1 liter hand sanitizer that looked like liquor. So and people were complaining because it was liquid and not gel. Like, I saw the something online reviews about it. I'm like, well, it's close to doggone alcohol. Close to like alcohol. You know, I prefer that alcohol liquid consistency. Because I don't like the gel sanitizer. I don't like the gel sanitizer because the gel sanitizer is too sticky and make my hands feel funny. But I like the alcohol, the plain rubbing alcohol, because it's more liberal and I can spray it wherever and clean and sanitize. So if my clothes touch something dirty, then, you know, I can spray. So if it weren't for these brown gnats in here, then I wouldn't feel the need. I'm in here by myself. So if it weren't for these brown gnats, I probably would have. I'm pretty sure I would use the alcohol way less often because I'm in here by myself. Don't have to worry about people inside of here, you know. But, I mean, I could use it way less often if I didn't have these doggone gnats. But I'm going to try to see about trying to remedy the problem. So now I had a little bit of strange stuff go on. Like, and it's like after I got to Texas, that's when the tactics, you know, they got worse. So now, it was it Wednesday when I left? Yeah. So Wednesday morning, when I got to the Greyhound station in Cincinnati, they have like this portable building, like a looked like a portable trailer building, and so they had a black man who told me I looked like somebody he knew, and that I looked familiar. And he told me I looked like somebody from Illinois that he knew. Then there was a lady who told me that I looked like I'm from Miami, that I looked like somebody she knew from Miami. And then the lady I was assigned to sit next to, she told me that I looked just like her daughter. Now, this lady, she said she's Native American or with a little bit of white in her, but she looked straight up white. Well, no, she looked like she more like white, but mixed with something. You can tell but she looks like a white lady. I would have thought she was white, but she said she was Native American, and she said she has mixed kids. Now, she told me that when I sat next to her, because, you know, with the assigned seats and everything, she told me that I looked just like her daughter that was mixed. She told me I looked just like her daughter. And I'm like, well, wow. You know, so she said her daughter ran away. And that her daughter used to be in foster care and was labeled with schizophrenia and this disorder, that disorder, mental health disorder or whatever. And that her daughter was supposedly in foster care or whatever. Had a lot of similarities to me. But I'm not schizophrenic. They put that label on me. Not the psychiatrist, but the foster mom and her fake smear campaign. She lied to her and a fake social worker. They teamed up with the Social Security office and lied and said, you know, they lied to the Social Security office and said that I'm schizophrenic. to discredit me because I was being vocal, speaking out against her abuse and everything. So the foster mom's abuse. So when the lady even told me that her daughter was abused in foster care or something like that too. And I'm like, well, it sounds like your daughter, if you say your daughter is missing, you know. And she said that when she saw me, that she wanted to cry because she thought I was her daughter, and that I reminded her so much of her daughter. So, well, she never showed me pictures of the daughter or anything, but she seemed like as if she appeared to be very nice, and you know, wanted to click with me like instantly. You know, she even offered to let me charge my phone, even though I had my own. But she even offered to let me charge my phone using her charger. So so then we talked, you know, and I even told her about the gang stalking. I'm sitting here feeling like I hope she ain't a perp. I thought she seemed nice and legit. But I'm sitting here wondering, is all this just a coincidence, or was she covertly perping me and I just didn't catch on? And then, you know, she asked me for my phone number, said she wanted to make sure I'm okay because she was really worried about me because I seem so similar to her daughter. And so, you know, I thought she seemed sincere and legit, but, you know, she was the third person that told me I looked like somebody, you know, that she knew or whatever. And but I mean, I understand that they have, you know, sometimes people, I mean, because I've had to ask people, I say, you look like such and such person. I might be like, well, you look like somebody I went to school with, or you look like my nephew, or you look like, you know, who, whatever, you know. So, I know the fake foster mom, she got plenty of clones, twins, and lookalikes around here. No matter what city and state I go to, that fake foster mom, Adrian Felder, got somebody that doggone look like her. So, and I ran into a whole bunch of people, both online and in person, that look like the biological brother Wyatt, or some of them might look like Mark. But other than my twin sister, though, somebody who ain't related to me, in Los Angeles, I saw only one person that looked just like me, but she wasn't nice, and she gave me the hate, anger, and look like as if I'm forbidden to look and try to frighten and scare me. I think I was on a Blue Line train towards downtown Los Angeles one time, and the foster cousin Sydney. Back then when I was a kid, I used to call her Dookie Face Sydney. I was weird, but Sydney got a whole bunch of damn clones and lookalikes and twins, whatever, running around like no matter what color, race, everybody looked like Sydney. Especially if you suffer that polycystic ovarian syndrome. It's like with a whole bunch of people with Down syndrome all looking like, but so many women with the polycystic ovarian syndrome, they all looking like, talking like, whatever, like, damn. And Sydney had that disorder too. Sydney was like, how old was she? Like 12 years old and 6'2" or some shit like that, you know. And I don't know how tall Sydney is now, but Sydney, she now I was happy to find out that she was married with a baby. Because I thought she was gonna swing, you know, she was a teenager and going through a phase of, you know, a dark side phase, and I was wondering if she was a devil worshiper or something like that, you know, and she got into, you know, the devil worshiping kind of, you know, but I'm glad she got out of it and maybe woke up and looked like she's a professed Christian now, you know, so I would be glad for that. if she's a Christian and left the satanic dark stuff alone, you know. So so yeah, I mean, but anyway, so then after that, I was in Nashville when the black lady asked me if I was from Miami at that Greyhound station. And then, I mean, because I feel like if everybody telling me this all in a short period of time, I wonder, is this the gang stalking mind fuck, or you know, what is it, you know? So, with the assigned seats and stuff like that, you know, I felt, I don't know if apprehensive is the right word, but I felt like uncomfortable, you know, because I with me having OCD, I don't want nobody sitting by me or touching me anyway. But I mean, the idea of them trying to give you assigned seats and then take advantage of, you know, if you got to sit next to an annoying perp that keep on provoking and triggering you and try to trigger you to, you know, want to punch the shit out of them or something, doing something that's childish or annoying, you know. So I'm glad I didn't have to worry about that. But yeah, that's one person I had to sit with throughout the whole trip or whatever. But on that first bus transfer, leaving from Ohio all the way to Nashville, I think, and they had these two black men. I couldn't even listen to my music because they were talking so loud and laughing. The whole, like, I don't know, I remember how many hours it was, like 4-hour ride or something. I mean, it was a long, you know, excuse me, and I couldn't even listen to my music because they were talking so loud and ignorant and laughing, and they were sitting right next to me. And one of the men had, like, wearing black and orange and white, and then he had purple with the red shoes. So he didn't follow the rules of the bus drivers, but he was narcissistic that he acted like he think he can make his own rules for people, and acting like thought he had the authority of the bus driver. Well, when the bus driver said talk low and don't be so loud or whatever, you did opposite of that, and then you want to try to boss control and make rules for people. So and act like you delusionally believe you have the authority of the bus driver. Motherfucker, sit down. So so then they had this real life troll. He was dirty and homeless. He spoke kind of with an accent, and he made a big scene. Like he cut in front of me to get on the bus, and then made a big scene. That was the second bus, and he made a big scene and acted out and everything, and held everybody up, and he refused to get out of my way. He bumped into me on purpose and continued to walk. I mean, he was dirty with dirty hands. I don't know if he was actually homeless, but he acted off like a homeless druggie. So then yeah, I think when we left Dallas, that's when it started to get some tension. So they had this lady, the black lady from we were at the Dallas Greyhound station, and she asked me, she said that I looked like somebody she knew from Arizona. That was the fourth person. She said, I don't like somebody from Arizona that she knew. Now, when I was living in Los Angeles several years ago, they had this black lady that said I looked familiar. And she knew me to be a former foster child and said I looked familiar. And then, so it's like she saw right through me and knew everything I went through. But she swore up and down that she thought I was born and raised in Los Angeles. And I said, no, I'm actually from New Orleans, but it's odd that the person you describing, you said I look like that person. Yes, I really did go through those things, but not in Los Angeles, you know. But I felt that was odd. But she was smart enough to, know about, foster kids being brainwashed. She called that out. Excuse me. She called that out, but yeah, some like weird coincidences, So I'm figuring it's like this a new tactic, or is this their way that they're trying to strike up a conversation, like small talk, or strike up a conversation to extract information out of me, or or try to get to know me, or whatever, and I mean, when some people lead you on to think that they're sincere, and then to the point where you don't realize until after you got away from them, like you were blinded for that time, and then later on you didn't realize that they were subtly and covertly perping you the whole time and you just didn't catch on. Or if you're in a narc relationship with a narcissistic abuser, sometimes the abuse will be subtle, that you didn't realize that they were fucking over you the whole time. They were messing over you, or, being controlling, or, you didn't realize the hurt that they did to you until after you got away from them and got some downtime to yourself. That you were blinded to the fake friendship or relationship or marriage or whatever, You can be blinded for years. So when we left Dallas, when I try to ask, they finally said, that we had to get in line A to get on the bus to go, leave Dallas. So they had this, I said, I said, Dallas and Houston, I am guaranteed to find somebody here at this Greyhound station, somebody from New Orleans that I know. And I'm sorry, somebody from New Orleans. Not that I know of. I'm not saying, I'm sorry, that didn't come out right. I didn't mean to say that somebody that I know from New Orleans. I meant to say somebody from New Orleans that would be a stranger, So they had this lady, this brown-skinned black lady from New Orleans. We were at the Dallas Greyhound station about to leave, and she got an attitude with me when I try to ask her about if this is the gate is this gate A, whatever. And she got an attitude with me and try to say that, oh, they didn't call yet. I heard they said that they called, and everybody else was saying yes. They did call gate A, and then she's like, and then she felt stupid, but she got a narcissistic fake attitude with me when I try to ask her, did they? Cause I was wondering why everybody else was moving, and her and her boyfriend, husband, or whatever, they weren't moving. So, she got an attitude with me, But then I noticed her accent, and I said, well, are you from New Orleans? And she said, yeah, I born and raised, and I grew up on Louisiana Avenue or whatever. So, I'm like, oh, okay. Oh, wow. But she refused conversation. So then, we got on the bus, and they had this tall perp with a red shirt and suspenders and looked like a dork. and he looked like a 1980s dork, and he was like standing, like he made sure to be behind me and smacking his food in my ear. And then he cut in front of me to get on the bus, make sure he was on there before me. So I feel like Greyhound bus is criminal for giving buses with seats where you don't have room to, where the aisles are too narrow and the seats are you don't have any leg room. They falsely advertise the leg room. The Wi-Fi does not work at all. Luckily, for the first time, every bus I rode, I'm glad the plugs worked. Because going to Cincinnati, I had to ride a lot of the buses where the plugs don't work. So I'm like, well, this was lucky. But, the very last bus that we took, it was a crying shame. That was a dirty bus with really I had to force squeeze myself, and it was hard to get in and out of the doggone seats. Now, lately, I had to train myself with the Greyhound buses. I had to train myself to not, I had to train myself to make sure that I don't have to use the bathroom on that bus. And lo and behold, it's even worse when you got a shit on that bus. And even worse when you're menstruating and have to piss or shit on that damn bus. And it's bad enough when the doggone stations are dirty and they don't have soap, toilet paper. New Orleans said toilet paper. No, toilet paper. They don't have toilet paper or soap or nothing like that. So I had to use doggone napkins to wipe down there and spray down with the sanitizing rubbing alcohol. And so many women thanked me for doing so. They were glad to have their hand out for me to spray some of the alcohol on their hands to sanitize. So, a few people laughed and thought I was crazy, for spraying and sanitizing, But I'm like, damn it, fuck you laughing. I'm going to make myself comfortable anyway. And you ain't going to stop me. So, yeah. So, then when we got on the bus, they had somebody, a female, she was supposed to sit right next to me. But I had my plate of breakfast food. And when I try to scoot over, before I can even put my fork down and try to take my earbuds out and try to see what she had to say, she already was bitching and complaining, saying that ain't no room. I scooted over and sat by the window. And I'm like, well, you wanted to sit by the window? Well, I was supposed to sit on the end. And she was supposed to sit by the window. But I didn't feel comfortable sitting by her because a grown-ass woman dragging her blanket all on the floor and stuff. And I didn't want to sit next to her or for her to touch me or nothing like that. She wasn't dirty. But the fact that you dragged your blanket all on the dirty floor, and the ground and everything. And so, she sat behind me and she complained the whole doggone way. I complained too. There ain't no room. It's the dog room. And I said, well, I turned around and said, did I upset you? She seemed like she was real mad. Like it's my fault that there wasn't enough room. Or like the bus was too small, too narrow. And so she said, no, it ain't you. It's just, ain't enough room and, everything too small or whatever. So then they had this man, a black man, we were riding from Dallas. He had a New Orleans accent. And, he had certain items that I think he didn't really care, and that he was dragging like on the floor or whatever, or that he had on the floor, and then, the aisles being too small. And so I sprayed the seat, and he stood up and put his he falsely accused me of trying to spray his crotch with the rubbing alcohol, and got real mad. And I said, I wasn't trying to spray you. And especially down there, like, they got some weird ass people. I'm trying to spray the doggone seat, and he stood up like as if he wanted me to do something like that. So he falsely accused me of trying to do something when I'm trying to spray pretend this is the seat. I'm trying to spray back here. I'm not trying to spray that way. I'm not trying to spray towards you. I'm trying to spray the seat back here. And so, and he still bitched and complained. And I figure for him to falsely accuse me of something like that, that's an abusive, a sexually perverted, abusive, narcissistic perp would do. And, he made a big scene and got ghetto and ignorant in front of every damn body. Falsely accused me of trying to spray his, well, of course he had his clothes on, but he falsely accused me of trying to spray his crotch area. Motherfucker, I ain't thinking about you nor your fake, crusty, dirty, satanic, evil crotch. You probably have a small dick anyway. Go somewhere. Ain't nobody thinking about you. Why the hell would a woman spray him? I mean, just freaking bizarre. That's why I say these perps be narcissistic in nature. He wanted to try to get gangster, ghetto, and ignorant on me and try to make a big scene. The bus driver, I think the bus driver may have stepped off the bus, and it was, I guess she was trying to get more people on the bus or something. I don't remember. But I don't remember her being on a bus during the time he did that. But it's like, I'm sitting here trying to spray the seats down, and then he stood up and then falsely accused me of trying to spray his crotch area. So, why would you be the first person I would ever in my life do something like that to? You ain't special. I ain't attracted to you. I ain't thinking about you. I ain't worried about you. You a perp trying to make up lies and try to set me up. I mean, like, when I didn't realize there was sex trafficking, gang stalkers in Los Angeles, that when I would be sitting on a bus, like in the front, towards the front, and they would have people that have to, when the buses wouldn't even be that crowded. And people start to crowd up, standing up in the front of the bus when they got so many empty seats in the back. And they do that shit in Cincinnati also. And they get an attitude with you on a crowded bus during peak hours. Excuse me. And you're trying to get towards the back, you see empty seats, and they get an attitude and don't even want to let you. They're standing up and crowding the bus up. They get an attitude and don't even want to let you maneuver your way towards the back of the bus where the seats are. Like, the whole back of the bus is almost empty. And y'all sitting here piling up, standing up, crowded in the front. so that they would have these certain men in Los Angeles metro area that where they would stand like directly in front of me while I'm sitting down, and then they would ball their fists and falsely accuse me of staring at their crotch when they would put it in my face deliberately on purpose, and for me to feel uncomfortable and wondering like what direction should I look, like, you know. And then if I look that way, somebody would give me the hate, anger look, like as if I'm forbidden to look, and try to frighten and scare me. I'm like, motherfucker, I ain't trying to look at you. I'm trying to look at what streets we're riding through, so I can know what stop to get off at. So they would deliberately put their crotch in my face and stand like pretending that the bus is so damn crowded. And they had this Asian man, really was like, come on, an abusive, narcissistic, dumb Korean perp, you know, that acting like he really was gonna fight me. You put your thing in my face, like, you know, your growing area, like in front of my face like that. You know, when I'm sitting down, I was sitting here first, and you chose to stand. Or they would have people who do like what they call frauderism. You know, if like when I was in Pensacola, the day I was supposed to start work, and they had a man who looked identical to the Freemason who raped me years ago, and he rubbed his genitals against mine when I was standing up, and then he hurried up, and I mean, it took a little while for me to process what the hell just happened to me. So and that happened in Pensacola like a couple of months ago. So he rubbed his thing against my ass, you know, with his clothes on, of course, and on the bus, and he hurried up and got off the bus so fast, and I was shocked, and it took a while for me to mentally process. Plus, I've been days of sleep deprived, plus already frustrated, going through shit and everything, you know. So yeah, the last bus, they had like, I saw that very, very famous video of a pickup truck, a white pickup truck on a road that lost a tire in the rainy weather, and the tire caused the Kia Soul to flip, like jump up in the air and flip like twice or so. And I'm like, I never knew a tire could do that to a whole damn car. So so yesterday evening on our last transfer with the bus, they had the like, it was raining, and the bus driver explained that the man had that something happened with his tire. I don't know if he got a flat tire or if the tire came off or what happened, and the man lost control of the wheel and bumped into the bus. And I figured I felt a bump. I thought that we just had like a road bump on the road, but I didn't realize a vehicle had hit us. Like a vehicle hit the bus, but I didn't see anything at all. But the bus driver, you know, for incident report, took, you know, he made everybody put their name and phone number. I'm like, oh shit, I don't want no doggone perps, you know, any perps on the bus who might want to take down my phone number and you know, put it on the dark web or whatever else, or send it to other sex trafficking perps or whatever, you know. So so when I got here, oh wait, no, let me back up. When we were in Houston, Texas, they had, and I knew she was illegal. Now, sometimes I could tell the difference between the native Mexicans that are native like born and raised Tejano, or if you're an Americanized Mexican, or if you're a legal Mexican, or if you are illegal. So this illegal Mexican lady at the Houston Greyhound station, when I went and sprayed and sanitized the seats, and I sat down in one seat, and then I put my backpack in the next seat, she came with her son and sat down right next to me. And her big duffel bag, she deliberately sat her duffel bag on top of my backpack. And I'm like, seriously? Are you fucking serious? So, I got mad and went off because I just got finished spraying and sanitizing everything. So then they had this, they probably were native Tejano American Mexican, fake Mexican thugs that they were all tatted up and looked like they just come out of prison. They did, because they had some kind of like small little mesh bags that they were carrying around. They were all tatted up. And so, when I flipped out, they all were there to laugh at me. And then the little boy, it wasn't his fault, but the little boy was crying. And so then, it's like, why would you do something like that? And she didn't know no fucking English, but these illegals, not the legal ones, I'm talking about the illegal Mexicans, grown ass adults, run around here like toddlers, like 2-year-old toddlers that ain't got no doggone freaking common sense or no sense at all. And they just put on an act to try to get over on people. How they got so many cars to drive and kids to raise. And, they do just stupid shit. So it's like, I had to deal with a lot of them trying to provoke and trigger me, trying to provoke and trigger me to get mad and get violent and stuff. And, I try my best to keep my composure, So, then they had this white man. He looked like he was dirty and homeless. And he, at the Houston station, and he gave me this mean look, and he was wearing like pink and black. And he had all that space over there, and I started to walk somewhere, and then he gave me this mean look. And then he gave me a mean look, and then he kept on he walked towards me and tried to deliberately walk into me and bump into me on purpose. Then they had another it was a Mexican man. He was giving me very, very mean looks for nothing. Like, he kept on giving me mean looks. And I'm like, I don't know you. What are you doing? Like, He kept on looking at me mean. And there was a couple of them, more of them. People kept just giving me mean looks. So then, after that, so afterwards, excuse me, there was another white man. He seemed like he was kind of dirty and looking. I was like in the middle of the floor. Nobody, no space. All that space, feet and yards of space over there. And so you're going to come and walk close to me and bump into me and go on like as if I don't exist. A white man did that to me. And like, people are so freaking dumb. Like, in an almost empty, big, fat, huge room, you got all that space over there. But you want to come and bump into me and walk all close to me. They used to do that in Los Angeles a lot. So, But anyway, but it's like the illegals, they would do stuff like cut in front of me in a line of something like without shame. Like, you elderly and you don't know no English. Just because you don't know no English don't mean you shouldn't. Does not mean you should act like you don't know no better. And it's like a whole bunch of illegals, when I got off the last Greyhound station, they came and bombarded and cut in the line and cut in front of me. And then they had this black lady. She looked like she was homeless and dirty, but she had her black daughter and her grandchild that looked mixed. But, well, you look like got soiled, dirty clothes. She was fake nice, but she was purping with the red. And when I got off the bus and took off my rain poncho and took my backpack out of the trash bag, tried to throw stuff away, everybody came and huddled around me and started lighting up cigarettes and smoking. Right when we got off the bus. And then they had the city police and a few others that were waiting for me to get off the bus at that parking lot. The moment I turned the corner to go into the gas station, they all started pulling out one by one. And I got video footage of it. But I got video footage of it. But I can't publicize it on YouTube because of the online perps. I can't afford for them to, they like the sex trafficking perps. Motherfucker, I paid my damn bill already. What you talking about? Such and such bill is due. Stop it. Thank you. Okay. So, no, I paid my doggone bill. Y'all messed up. I paid the doggone bill already. So anyway, I didn't know that this place takes no cash, but they take money orders and they take money orders and they take debit card or credit card. So when certain places that I would go to, if I go to one Greyhound station and say cash only, I go to another Greyhound station and say credit card only, and we have the coin shortage or whatever. Or if I go to such and such place and cash only, another place debit or credit only, no cash. So at the Nashville Greyhound station, the lady that worked in the food center, she was nice and respectful. Oh, if you go to Atlanta Greyhound station, everybody got a damn attitude. Oh, they treat you so horrible at the Atlanta Greyhound station. Don't ever go there if you can. If you can avoid it, they treat you so shitty just because it's Atlanta. I tell shouting, So I didn't have to pass through Atlanta this time, but on the way going to Cincinnati from Pensacola, I had to go through Atlanta. But yeah, we passed through Nashville, Memphis, Little Rock, Arkansas, Texarkana, Houston, Dallas, and now I'm where I'm at. We passed through Louisville, Kentucky. So, yeah, I'll say that was like a day and a half journey. So, yesterday, I almost thought I wasn't going to get in here, but I'm going to say it again. Thanks, y'all, so much for helping me get in here. I feel weird because I still feel homeless. But, they said this was like a rental agreement for this place, but not, it's like a month-to-month rental agreement for this place, but not an actual formal apartment lease. You know, like it's not a whole like year apartment lease, but it's like a month-to-month rental. I can't say what kind of housing it is because the online perps wanting to get ideas. And they're already threatening me saying that we're going to get your place. I'm going to find out where you live at and we're going to get your place, you know, taken away and stuff. Like, why would you? And then y'all lie and say Candy doesn't want a job. Candy likes being homeless. But then when I get a job, they say, well, Candy, we're going to find out where you work at and get your job taken away and make you back homeless again. They ain't just talking shit. They actually do it. I got footage of them like calling up places and having me wrongfully banned from places. So how you going to say just ignore them and whatever when they're actually destroying my fucking life? So I mean, I had a very light lunch yesterday. I mean, I had a decent solid breakfast. I couldn't enjoy it because of, you know, transferring between, you know, I had to take the food to go and then, you know, it's kind of uncomfortable trying to eat a solid meal on a bus, you know. And then for lunch, they had a homeless guy. He, you know, was panhandling at the Greyhound station, but, you know, I wasn't the type to try to snitch on him, try to get him in trouble or nothing. You know, he humbly asked, you know, and I said, I'm so sorry, I'm homeless too. So what I did, I'm not trying to do my alms before men, but, you know, I shared my lunch with him. You know, and I felt bad because I felt like I wish I had more to give him. So, you know, but they had one of the security guards at the Greyhound station. She was arguing and fussing with people. And it's like, how they let her keep her job? And she getting gangster and ghetto and cussing people out. She getting gangster and ghetto and cuss people out. And I'm like, going off on people. I'm like, well, how they let her keep her job? You know? But I would have lost my job in an instant. So I'm in a small town. A town so small. I mainly cared about the doggone roof over my head. I mean, this place ain't the most ideal. But, you know, I'm just glad to have rest and a roof over my head, guaranteed, well, supposed to be guaranteed unless the perps try to set me up to get, you know, kicked out of here. But other than that, I paid. And thanks with y'all help, you know, y'all helped me out, you know, with paying for, you know, enough to be here for 30 days, for a month. So it's like a month-to-month lease. Or people can do it weekly, but the weekly costs more than monthly. So no more asking for $360 a week for, you know, extended stay. And this is $540 a month. So, what? So I don't know. Off the top of my head, so I guess this might be like, I don't know, 140. I mean, my math ain't, you know, I'm just trying to think in my head. I don't have a calculator because I'm recording right now, but it's like 130 something or 140 a week here. You know, 130 or 140 something a week here. Probably less than that. Wait, no. It is less than that because, wait, hold up. Yeah, something like that. I don't know, but excuse me, but $540 for the month. Divide that by four. So yeah, I'm assuming between 130 and 150 a week. But if it was Section 8 housing, well, my income is a little higher than it was a few years ago. So if I was on Section 8, I might be paying like 280 something. I don't know, a month. But when I very first started at New Orleans Towers, it wasn't Section 8, but I was paying like 130. No, I started out paying $129 a month, and my income was like $565 a month with the Social Security and SSI combined. So yeah, as I said, I went through pretty much all my life being forced low income, and all these times people wouldn't let me work, and due to quote unquote the false mental illness label, they make it like you don't have a right to live or exist, or they make it just harder. I think if somebody's homeless and labeled mentally ill, you should ask them if they're capable of, if they feel more comfortable working at home with a certain disability. Help them out to do it. Get them a place to live and get them a job. Let them work at home. If they feel better that they function alone, or if you got some autism or something, or if you feel better doing production work or working in a warehouse, help them get the doggone job instead of keeping people forced homeless and punishing people. So here, I'm in a southern part of Texas, but the online perks I hope they didn't figure out. But the in-person perks, obviously, no. Because it seemed like they had some perks that were here, even at this place, like before me and my Uber showed up. They were there before, like in advance. So my Uber driver, it took him 20 minutes to come, and he was nice, but he parked on the other side. Like, why you didn't come right by me? Why you park over there and then make me have to walk way over there? But he was asking me questions, and I'm like, sounded like he was trying to get all in my business. And I was hoping he wasn't a nosy perp. But he's supposedly disabled, and I mean, he had a handicapped license plate. And when he asked me certain questions, he refused to speak up when I said, "I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Can you speak up?" And he just said the same thing, but he didn't, speak louder. So then I came here. I was starving. I felt bad to have to throw some of my food away because the gnats were getting all in my food. But that meat, I had a lot of meat left over that I could have saved for today, but the gnats ruined it. But yeah, you can get, I can get me a whole Mexican dinner plate for under $10. For under $9. So, excuse me. So, I'm in a very small town here. The town is so small that guess what? I'm glad to have the roof over my head, and can stay here month to month. So, it's not a whole year lease agreement that you're locked in. But, it was a miracle to find this doggone place. So I'm glad to, that well, to this spot. Nobody lured me here. I came here on my own. Well, somebody suggested I come to this area of South Texas, and that had this man that had trailers, but he mobile homes, trailers, that, or RVs or something, that that was the original plan. But this was cheaper than that man's deal. That man's deal was $6.99. Wait, was it $5.99 a month or $6.99 a month? I think he said $5.99 a month. So this is $5.40 a month. So but this place has its good and bad. Last night when I got here, I was already, like, even when I settled in this room, this house or whatever, it's a small, tiny little house. Now, people say that microwaves is toxic and can cause cancer and everything. So they're saying that they didn't want you to have an air fryer and certain appliances in here. So I don't know if there are certain appliances that can be approved, or if they don't want anything but just a mini fridge and a microwave, what they got. But this town is so small that DoorDash, it doesn't look like they have any place for DoorDash on here. And Uber Eats has like maybe 3 places. And so they got a Dollar General, a Dairy Queen, a post office, a gas station, and a couple of Mexican restaurants out here. To get to fake Walmart and all that, it's like, and the bus transportation system, they said something about it will only run through the weekday and you got to get an appointment. I got to see how that goes. But, as I said, when I came here, before I got down here, I was already submitting job applications on Indeed.com. And the most I was able to find was 11 jobs that 11 jobs that I was able to submit the applications to, but nobody called me yet. But excuse me for passing gas. I'm sorry, but nobody called me yet, and so they were hitting me with directed energy attacks. They caused like a Charlie horse in my left leg when I laid down last night. And also, I was taking a shower. They squeezed my organs. So, dang, I wish that they had a cooking facilities, like a stove and an oven and a full-size, refrigerator where I could really feel at home and be cooking and showing y'all some cooking videos. But they just got the mini fridge and the microwave. But it's all right, though. It's all right. I'm just glad to have a doggone roof over my head, and I don't care about being bored. I'll be bored. I just want my peace and quiet. So, they had perks already. As soon as I got here, I couldn't even allow myself to air out the room because they had nosy perps wanting, and they're illegals. But they, I know they got perps of all races, but I'm just saying, like, I'm just being descriptive, that it's a bunch of them out here, So we're in South Texas. So it's like but I'm saying, like, they got some decent Mexican people, but the online perps and fake TI perps want to falsely paint this idea that I'm racist against all Mexicans and because of the color of their skin. Like, come on, man. I went to Mexico in 2015. But it's like living in Los Angeles and Texas. Texas, like when I was living in Denton, that's where it started. That I didn't realize they were all perps though, whether legal Mexican or illegal Mexican or any other race. American, black, white, Hispanic, Asian. I even had seen some, Middle Eastern Muslim perps. So they come in all kinds. So they want to try to falsely paint this idea that can't. I eat Mexican food a lot. So they want to falsely paint this picture that Candy is a prejudice of Mexicans and Candy don't like Mexicans. When the fact is, in Los Angeles, the black people were saying that the Mexicans are racist against us, and that they don't like us. And I dealt with their racial trauma towards me. As I said, they're like, and my own race of people, black folks too, like to live like uncivilized ghetto animals. But they got some doggone decent black people too. But if y'all were raised on fake hip hop, rap, and all that, raised to live like ghetto, uncivilized animals. Like if you watch these hood videos and stuff, they glorify the hood, and so they want to worship and glorify the hood. So, but yeah, they had that Masonic red and blue combination. They were idling that loud truck so loud that I had to ask them, can you please turn that truck off? Like the female was sitting in the truck while I was idling, and I was going to do a video earlier last night. But I walked outside, and I asked her, like, I'm trying to figure out who she was or whatever. And I said, do you live here? Do you stay here? She said, my husband's mom stays here. My husband's mom lives here. And so I said, well, can you please turn that loud ass truck off? Can you please turn the truck off? And she looked at me like I was crazy. I think she was a white person, but I couldn't tell if she was white or Hispanic. But so she looked at me like I was really crazy, and then she turned, like my ears are very sensitive, but even if it wasn't, why the hell would you leave a truck that loud just idling for nothing? For what? You dumb people. So she turned it off less than 5 minutes later, because it seemed like it was two illegal looking guys. They had the Masonic red and blue duality. And I'm like, and then there was another Hispanic guy that pulled up perping with the red shirt, and they all huddled together and pulled up like right by my place. So, I put them on film. But as I said, I can't publicize them on YouTube because, I just got here and I'll be damned if, I end up getting kicked out of here, But yeah, and I let them know I was filming them too. And they wonder what the fuck was wrong with me. But I see the perp shit that y'all, the demonic perp shit that y'all doing. You don't live here. I just signed a doggone, I live here. I may be new, but I fucking live here. You don't. Get the fuck off of here with that loud ass damn truck. So last night, they had, for this to be such a small town, I already was getting like loud trucks, loud cars passing by, people blasting loud music. Somebody was beating and banging and tapping all night long near this place. I'm like, I just been here not even 3 hours. And then last night, it was stormed and rained so bad that the electricity was out for hours. Like the electricity was out. So good thing, so I just got these couple of outfits like these, they're not matching outfits, but short I'm sorry, shirt and sweatpants. But like, I don't know if this place is. It must not be isolated because, I mean, I had the air. I mean, it didn't even say heat. It just said AC, air, dry, fan, or whatever. And I'm like, where's the heater setting? There's no heater setting. And I put a high on 86. I was still freezing my ass off. I was cold. So I'm like, this place must not be insulated. I'm so damn cold. And outside, they said the temperature was like 57 degrees. And when I took a shower last night, I took a shower last night, and the place was where, if you wash yourself, the hot water goes out within 5 minutes. I'm like, damn, I hate this. I also wish that I could have like a bathtub so I can take my detox baths and soap. But it's all right though. I hope for something better in the future, but this is okay for now. I don't want to live like this forever, but it's okay for now. But so I'm glad and happy that well, I don't need 2 beds, but thanks for the 2 beds. 2 bedrooms, 2 bed. For the price of 1. I'm glad they got free Wi-Fi here. I'm glad that they got free Wi-Fi and 2 for the place of 1. I meant to say 2 for the price of 1. Free Wi-Fi. And but yeah, like Uber Eats has like 3 places, and this DoorDash ain't got nothing. So if I needed to go to the grocery store or get groceries, well, they got Dollar General, but my health can't afford to eat. It may be cheaper, but my health can't afford to eat that kind of food all the time. My health can't afford to eat Dairy Queen. All the time. Every once in a while, but then it become addictive, and I don't want that. But the Mexican food it ain't really unhealthy. The authentic Mexican food ain't really unhealthy. So but yeah, I gotta get adjusted and get used to this. Yeah, I thought Denton, Texas had nothing, but they had, I think, 2 Walmarts and 1 Sam's Club and a store called Sack and Save. And they had a shitty cab service, but they had a few nice, cool cab drivers, but a few others were whites that were racist. But they had a few cab drivers that I got along with very well, but they would say call back in 45 minutes, and they would take 3 hours to come when you got groceries. And the racist, abusive transit bus driver, DCTA, in Denton, Texas, they were abusive, narcissistic, racist perps. And they'll call you the N-word to your face. And if you got more than 3 bags of groceries, they'll throw tantrums and fits and like act out and stuff. So I would have to be forced to take the doggone taxi cab. And the taxi cab come, and when it's your birthday and you try to get your own ice cream or whatever, it's hot. My birthday's late August. So the ice cream be then melted before the cab could come. So, it was hard to try to get your birthday together or whatever, and then the cab take 3 hours to come. So I got to figure my way around here, get adjusted, try to settle. And, I'm still feeling I'm surprised that I talked this long, but I'm still feeling sleep deprived. I haven't eaten breakfast yet, or I haven't eaten or drank anything. and it's 10:53 a.m. It's almost 11 o'clock Central Time. I'm on Central Time here. So I mean, I would have shown y'all the outside of this place, this building, but because of the online perps wanting to find context clues and figure out where I'm at and stuff, it's really creepy and scary that they do this, you know. Y'all the ones working for Satan, but then pretending to be fake self-righteous. So then they had these two perps with new accounts, of course, come on my YouTube yesterday and made comments on my Dallas, the Houston, Texas, video at that Greyhound station. And they said, no wonder nobody's donating to you. Look how rude you are. Or I was going to donate to you, but I see how rude. Shut up, because if you want to donate, you would have done it. But you sitting there talking about, oh yeah, look at you, how rude you. You a perp. Shut the fuck up and get off my damn channel. You ain't going to control me. So anyway, any business I have to take, well, almost every bit of business, I have to go into the main city and go far. You know, it's like up to 15 miles away to get to the grocery store or whatever. I don't know. I don't know. This is the area where you definitely need a car. You need a car here. You definitely need a car. But me, even before I was targeted, I would only leave out to go do laundry and grocery shopping. Other than that, I would stay home, stay up in here. But me being new, I got business to handle, like try to get Social Security. Here they say that you got to go and get a PO box. So hopefully I can get a PO box, and I can get a PO box, and and it's, I'm glad it's walking distance. The post office is walking distance, and I can get the PO box. So if I can get the PO box, and try to get the PO box, and try to get my driver's license switched over. See about getting food stamps. I desperately need them. But, as I said, the perps, when you try to get services and you be targeted, they be trying to put roadblocks to hinder you from getting things done. So, I definitely gonna need more clothes. I'm gonna need more clothes. And, it's like, I don't know, I'm trying to figure out a way to, it's like living in a motel, but it's much cheaper than a motel. But with the mini fridge and microwave, it's like living in a motel. But due to being targeted, they make sure you don't last long anywhere. So I'm glad I'm not locked in a whole lease, but at the same, I don't know if me living here, if I could be eligible, I don't have the money, but if I did get a job, if I could be eligible to rent a car living here. But, I don't know, but I need to get a better clarification on what's the doggone physical address, because they put one thing on the lease, and then on the on a rental agreement, and then when I try to put it into Google, it shows up something different. So but I'm feeling nervous but excited at the same time. So I calculated that maybe for next month, if I'm here, because due to targeting, they run you off. So if I'm still here by next month, I pay $540 plus the one almost, let's see, $540 plus $167. I calculated that's $707. 910 minus 707. That will leave me with $203 left over for the month. So how would I mean, so I did apply for jobs. I would like for my short story writing and my ebooks and stuff to be a side hustle. But, I don't get very much at all from that. I can go 6 months and get absolutely nothing. So the perps hate that my YouTube channel is now monetized. But I haven't received any funds from it yet. Because I haven't reached the $100 yet. So and then it's like they say that you can file taxes online for free. But I don't. I'm kind of scared to try to do that because I want to make sure everything is done right. That's why I'm trying to get someone like the free tax filing to go in person and get help with getting it done, because I have this fear that I might make a mistake. So and I don't know if I'll be eligible for the tax credit. Well, I won't be eligible for as much because they cut off my SSI, but I get the Social Security. And at the moment, I haven't been getting food stamps. When they stole my stuff in Pensacola, I need to get another. It's like when I was in Cincinnati, I wrote a letter of the things that I need. They still did not update my information. The Social Security offices, they did not update my information. So, I don't know how many miles away the Social Security office is, but if I can't get whatever transportation or bus service or whatever it's supposed to be, I need to figure all this out. I need to see what agencies, what resources, what churches or whatever could help me out. So yeah, I just got stuff to figure out, So I need to bundle up. I need to find a way to get warm in here because I am too cold. But so I have my information in the description box. I just got settled up in here, and I need any and all the help that I can get in the meantime. Even if y'all wanted to send me I don't know if electronic gift cards or Amazon gift cards, or even if it's a physical gift card, if you wanted to send me a Target gift card, Walmart gift card, or yeah, because I don't really have much. Well, here, but a lot of my stuff is in a storage unit in Pensacola. So, but I know I would probably need to get rid of a lot of stuff there, but I don't have a way to get rid of it. And I not get rid of everything, but some stuff I need. But, some stuff is like as I said, like the Washburn Center, that guy Michael said that they had too much and he was always turning people away. So when they wanted to donate like certain things or whatever, but that Washburn Center in Pensacola, they were always giving out free sleeping bags and stuff like that. But the perps would be stealing my sleeping bags and stuff. So, yeah, I don't know what's the best way to tackle all this or do all this, but I know I just got to take one day at a time. This weekend is, Easter or whatever. I ain't about to celebrate anyway. People say that, Easter is pagan. It's not really Christian. But if you find out the truth and do your research. So, I'll say that it's cold as fucking here. It's very cold in here. It's very cold in here, So, I'm going to say it in the video. I'm going to say it again. The fake wannabe Darnell Williams perp, I would block his account on TikTok. When I block him, he creates more to harass me. It's like he falsely accuses me of what he wants me to do. He wants me to be his sex slave. He's trying to sex traffic me, and like he made another fake account to harass me on TikTok. And it's like I would hate to disable comments on all of my videos because of one person. Just to avoid one person. Or to make all my videos private just to avoid one person. He been stalking me online. He replaced Alex Dupree with trying to sex traffic me. So, I need to rest. And, I'm too tired to write any short stories today. So I just came in from traveling, so excuse me. I need my mind and my body to recuperate, from the traveling and the stress and the exhaustion. But I knew it. Some people come in at the last moment and swoop in to help. Thanks for helping me out, Because if I had to be on the streets last night out here, they had such violent thunder and lightning and power went out and electricity went out and everything. I don't know if I would have made it. So I got this place on my own, by myself. I found it. It's a legit place, no scam. Thank the Lord. And, it's a legit place. It's no scam. And, if you wanted to, y'all could donate to my, my Cash App, Venmo, fundraiser, PayPal, to help me out and support me, with trying to get settled. And, I got to try to get my driver's license switched over. Trying to survive, trying to make a living. And in a small city like this, you're making unrealistic expectations to expect me to get a job like right away. Like in a big city like Cincinnati, 500 applications or probably 700, and still didn't land a job. And I'm in a small town in Texas, and you're telling me make sure you get a job soon. Well, I ain't got no control over that, but I already did my part. I already did my part before I got down here. So I would do some more talking, but my storage space on my phone is eating up. So I'm just so tired right now. And I don't even know the accurate address of this spot where they put me at. So I need to find out precisely, what written out. But if I get a P.O. box, some people have said, well, what's your P.O. box? I want to send you a care package. Well, I have to find a way to tell you in private because the online perps, I don't want them to know what my P.O. box is. for them to try to sabotage and stuff like that. Or I don't want them sending me harassing letters or anything like that. They already send me harassing. I try to block their emails and everything. So don't think that I'm not blocking these people. I screenshot what they say and I block them. And they come back with more new accounts. More new fake accounts. And the harassment is continual, and they follow me everywhere online. So, y'all, I need any and all the help that I can get. And, if you wanted to send me a care package with like some amazing grass green supplement food, some bentonite clay, trash bags, clothes, food gift cards, whatever to help my crazy ass survive, because it's like I'm living tighter than what I used to in Denton, Texas, and then like really ain't no transportation around here, but I got the doggone roof over my head. And as I said, if I can get a job, then I'll go to work and stuff, but if I can't land a job, then I'll just be here. I'll just be here, stay in here, mind my business, maybe do some YouTube videos, write short stories, hoping I can earn some money that way. So, I started to work on a blog post shortly before I started this video, but I'll continue to work on it later. But I need to get some food in my system, and I need some more rest. I really do. So, whatever God puts it on your heart to want to help me out with, I got to see about getting a P.O. box and see about getting this and that. I heard it's supposed to rain all day long today. It's Good Friday today, huh? So, yeah, businesses, I don't know if they'll be open today, so I have to wait till next week. But thanks, even though I have a lot of haters, but, y'all few little supporters, thank y'all again. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I was going to do a live stream today, but I felt like I would have hated to do an unplanned live stream. But I would have had to, if I would have told y'all in advance, well, I'm going to do a live stream today at such and such time, then the online perps will be on standby, to sabotage me before I can even start. So I just did a doggone video instead. So, thanks for listening to me, and thanks for the donations. Thanks for the help. And, as I said, I don't know what would it be like, if I get a P.O. box and publicly let people know. So I have to let certain trusted people privately know, if they wanted to help me out, with the P.O. But if I got the P.O. box and if they wanted to send me a care package, of certain things. Because I'm like wondering, well, in a small town like this, how would I get my bentonite clay? They ain't got no vitamin shop or, around here. They don't even have a Family Dollar. But they got Dollar General, but not Family Dollar. So, I'm going to go for now. Thanks for listening to me. I need any and all the help I can get. So I'm going to go. So I'll see y'all.